I mean, because girls know pretty like junior high, high school. When you go away for the summer, you come back. Some of your friends got boobs, some of y'all don't. I mean, but it's there. We can't really cap about that. I mean, well, scratch that. Some girls will stuff tissue, blah blah blah. But all I'm saying is like lying on your dick for what? We're going to see it. I don't give a shit how dark it is. Yeah. Because number one, I'm not getting that. I'm not. It's not getting that dark in a room with you until I've seen it. Because why is it dark? Just because they're being Dr. Pepper Popper. That's gross. What we gonna do with this? Where's that going? But you was talking. But you was talking capital D type. You was identifying as trans water bottle. But you was really earbud packed.
I think it's easier to please, guys or girls. Well, easier to spoil, not please. Easier to spoil.
Wait, what?
Who do you think who do you think is easier to spoil, guys or females?
I still can't hear you. I don't know why.
He's low.
Oh,
He's very low. Yeah.
Hold on.
okay. It's not just me. I'd be
No,
panicking.
I told you.
Trying to
No,
think
I
of
forgot the
like
connector.
today's the day. My hearing go out and shit. I am getting old. I be
Yo,
panicking like shit. And I just not hearing. I don't want to look like the grandma. So I just sit here and suffer. But
no. I forgot to connect it to my freaking mic, so now I have my earphone in trying to make it work. But no, I said the question is, who do you think is easier to spoil, dudes or females?
mm,
Mm.
Let y'all ponder upon that.
I'm going to say females because I feel like females are raised with the mentality already. So when you do it, it's something that they automatically feel like, oh, this is how this is supposed to go.
Does that make it easier? Because that kind of
No,
builds over
I
time.
think
Not
it's the other
necessarily
way
that it makes it
around.
easier, but
Yeah.
females will, I think females want that initially. So as soon as you do something in that mannerism, I feel like it's easier for a female to melt or to be more emotional towards you. It's almost like all females that think that they're supposed to be a wife when they grow up. So then if they get into a scenario where it looks like it's going in that direction, it's almost like some females are cultivated or trained to look for that specific thing. Where I think the stipulation on men is to provide spoiling a woman.
I think it's the opposite.
You think it's
I
easier for the men to be spoiled
simply because of what you just
Yeah,
said.
because they're
because they're
more
Women
not
are
expecting it. Yeah,
women expect it. Women, even as young
little
children,
girls.
their parents do it, especially dad, because they don't want their child to be impressed by half-ass men.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So my daddy has already put the standard up here. If you
Mm-hmm.
can't come up here already, you
Got to
won't
go.
impress me.
Mm-hmm.
Versus men who are, you know, taught to impress women, cater to women, but when the dad has set the standard here,
Mm-hmm.
and you here and you're trying, but she ain't recognizing it because you're not up here.
Mm-hmm.
So men, on the other hand, are taught not to expect that kind of thing, not
Mm-hmm.
to wait for that kind of thing. So when a woman starts to do that for them,
It's
it's
surprise. It's
something
something.
new.
Yeah.
It's
Gotcha.
something new. It's something different. So for them, it's easier to receive. It's easier to accept versus a woman who's been getting this since a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
If I've been, my tolerance tolerance, so to speak, is up high.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get real high to impress me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Versus men who aren't given that as little boys. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, now things have started to be different, but our generation,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
men are not we're not given that. We're not raised like that. Like you said, they were you provide, you do for the woman, you spoil the woman. So to them it's a whole new concept. So it's easier to spoil a man because they have no bar, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Versus a woman who I have my standard of what it is. Even though you may be doing the sweetest thing, you may think you're doing big shit. But
Mm-hmm.
because my standard is so high, it's like
Like, but that means nothing to me, bro.
you done pulled the earbuds out your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Exactly. That's
I
why,
So
like
like,
I
that
when
think
perspective too. I actually like that perspective as well. I feel like you said, same thing, opposite ends, but both
mm-hmm.
perspectives definitely tie in.
yeah,
Yeah.
men don't. But some, I also know that some men, they, depending on their past relationships, if a woman starts doing for them, they're like, okay, chick, what you want out of me? So sometimes it may be harder for them to accept it, but they will eventually. The more, as long as they can see you are consistent and you're not trying to get anything out of them, then they're like, okay, this chick may actually be down for me and care for me. But I think men, it's easier to spoil them because, like Kiana said, they're used to being the providers. They're being taught, be providing, don't expect anything. You need to do for her. She is the queen. She is the princess, and you need to treat her as such. Now,
Mm-hmm.
for women, that's what we, especially if you a daddy's girl, that's all that you know. So when he comes to you with a bouquet of flowers, you like, and like nigga, I could have bought, like, I've been getting flowers, so I need you to change it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, I'm thinking, well, yeah, I do. I mean, like I said, I do it now with my nieces. I intentionally go above and beyond. Like, oh, what we everybody gets yours this weekend. I just bought my niece something for like when she got into a fight and I bought her something. She'd not be spoiling for this shit, but no, you have to let them know, especially like now what's happening is really kind of like the way everything. We talk about it like the way people date now, and it's just like that's that next generation. So I'm like, I can't allow this.
Right,
This can't happen. So you do kind of, I admit it, I do it all the time. Like I go above and beyond to be like, oh, no, it's different over here.
right,
Yeah.
Like, we don't. It's way different over here. That's not gonna work. But I would take it a step farther. Like you don't necessarily have to buy that stuff. Like we can be bought easily without spending money. Like just and just like we don't normally get compliments or like
right,
little shit. Like we talked about whole fixing plates. We just be like,
right.
oh,
Like you
I
could,
came home and you actually have something to give me. You brought me lunch? Like, you
right,
don't even have to spend a whole lot of money for us to be like, oh, okay. Like, even sometimes, like, the little sexual stuff, like, I know he's going to come home mad at this. Oh, I'm now a spoiled individual. Like, you ain't spend a dime, but I'm spoiled. Like, you recognize this was going to be a problem and you ahead of the game.
right.
So
Like
it's stuff,
I
little
had
stuff like,
one. I had one guy tell me, he was like, "You don't have to, like, we don't have to go out on a dinner." I was like, he was like, "You could just tell, like, sincerely, if I do something for you, you can sincerely be like, thank you, I appreciate you."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "I don't hear that." He was like, "It's always take, 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 take. No one says thank you." He was like, "I was surprised that when I opened the door for you to walk through, you said thank you." I said, "Nigga, who you been messing with? What common courtesy is what spoils you and what gets you?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't get common courtesy like that." I was like, "Oh, all right."
but that's, I mean, that's truthfully, that's a lot of dudes. Like, you don't get that reciprocity. It's like, this is the expectation of you. I'm gonna take whatever I want because I expect this. Like this is what you should be doing. So you don't think about it as some of the stuff I'm doing is actually like a gift. Like I'm doing this because I know you like X, Y, and Z, and therefore I'm doing it. But that's really what a lot of cats. That's the realness of a lot of cats. Like oh you were saying like you better do it, but I don't have to.
Right.
So
Facts.
it doesn't take much. It really does not take much sometimes. And then if you threw in some monetary things upon it, oh, we don't have that. fucked around and yeah, your coworker said something wrong to you one day. Their coworker is missing now. What happened? Oh no.
Not missing.
It was because they were somebody was no, because it was the conversation was the reason men get compliments, but like you don't always see it. If like you if you come tell your dude somebody at work is bothering you, we need to go beat them up. Like they can't be here. Like we gonna solve this problem. Like there's the meme of the wife comes home and tells her husband that Karen has been bothering her. So the next day he walk in with a dress and a wig. Come on, which one Karen? All it takes a little bit of compliments. Just spoil us a little bit. That's us. We will. All right. We we never have a problem at work. That's all it takes. Spoil us a little bit. We'll do something stupid. I promise you. We all in. Karen won't bother you next week. We promise you that. Oh,
Okay.
polo tank too.
Poor Karen.
Polar taint taint.
Feel for you. Feel for you. They talking bad about you on every else internet. This is not. I don't even know why I'm here anymore. Like for real. Like Melissa's a rant. I could have just logged off and gone back on. Oh shit, my ribs
All
may
right, you
never be
got
the
to
same.
ride the wave with us.
I didn't see that one coming. Normally, I can see her kind of wind up. I didn't see that one. That one blindsided me. You see it bubbling every now and again, but
It keeps spicy.
that wasn't ready for that. Okay.
All right, so now that you can talk about Sarita again, when you inviting a little bit back?
A little bit. Oh,
Y'all so damn rude. Y'all so damn rude.
no. Well, yes, he'll be back. Well, yeah, he'll be back for November now because I
Yeah.
didn't. I meant to hit him up today and be like, "Yo, why don't you fall through? We don't have a whole bunch of topics, but that would have been a good one." You posted
No.
that video showing you could drive again. I was like, "Oh shit,
Yo.
these guys."
Why did you keep posting that?
Somebody got to tell him, Marcus.
You don't think I
Let him
told that
know.
nigga he's short?
You tell him stop putting that shit on Beyonce's internet. Just look.
Oh shit.
Like, look, homie. It ain't it. It's not giving out what you think it's giving. The
At
world ain't
all.
getting what you think you putting out.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with him because at
I
this
mean, at
point
this
he's
point, he might as well get a Power Wheel and drive it and record it.
Big wheel.
Vroom vroom.
not a power wheel.
He can get one of them little custom skateboard things I showed you, where it's made like the little buses and he probably
Well,
could fit in that bitch.
uh, yeah, probably because his height falls somewhere in between Keanu's and Sarita's. So,
Yeah. Oh,
so he ain't that big.
At all.
Lil Didi, Polo Tintin.
That's
Because I feel like he needs to spin the block so we can go and get this conversation out the way.
I'll put the call out.
I feel like before we step into year 2,
That would be if I could get him on New Year's Eve to spin the block just to close out the year.
yes, before we step into year 2, I feel like it needs to happen.
See, this
Don't worry,
is
Sarita. It's just a little tough love. Because if we can cut a lot of this shit, Marcus won't have it to hold over your head because it'll be out.
first of all, this shit is never going away. You can we can
I didn't say it was
spin
gonna go away. But right
it.
now, you have convinced her. Well, you're trying to convince her that she has damaged this tiny person.
And I have not. I have not.
She says she has not. You said she has. So I feel like we need to just hear it from the mini horse's mouth.
First of all, fuck.
Not a pygmy pony.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I feel like this could clear up a lot of the air.
First of all, I think there's plenty of evidence that
This ain't about evidence, it's about perception.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta hear it from the damaged horse.
Right.
He
Okay.
is not damaged.
That's the thing. Either he gonna say he damaged and Marcus is correct, or he gonna say he not damaged and he alive because he's trying to protect Sarita's honor. But either way it goes.
Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. If he say he ain't damaged, god dang it, he ain't damaged. I did not damage this man. Okay? He is perfectly okay. I didn't do it. I did
Hear
not damage.
yourself right now.
Yeah, real talk.
He's perfectly okay. Sarita, stop while you ahead.
I didn't damage him.
I'm
I
really
did not
over here.
damage him.
What you?
Thank you.
I don't understand how you sticking with that lie. I just don't
Because
understand.
No, she like, look at her face, Marcus. She believes it. Look
I
at
did
her.
not damage him.
Is
I
that what
didn't.
you tell yourself to go to sleep at night? Like for real?
I
It's
don't tell
okay to
myself
do
nothing to go to sleep at night because I don't be thinking about him like that. I don't care. I didn't damage him. He is
But
living his
exactly,
life.
you didn't care. Exactly, Your Honor. You didn't care.